Update: Am I the butthole for refusing to put my BF on the title of my house or make him a beneficiary? Update on my last post. I listened to a lot of your feedback and talked to my BF after my post. He seemed weird in our talk. He's been weird a lot lately, but I have been excusing it. He told me that he said to put him on as an insurance beneficiary partially as a joke, but then when I went off on my tangent, including offering up that he'll never go on my house title either even though he never mentioned it, that he got offended and reacted poorly. He said he really did think I was going off about all that in retaliation for his no to marriage talk, so he was left with a bitter taste. Which, I get. I can be more forceful than I realize and I am naturally passive-aggressive. He said I didn't have to put him on anything, but he needs me to understand that I am it for him. He wants to mix his life with me. Things seem to be better after this. That weekend he asked if I wanted to go on a hike. It was peak season for the leaves changing and there is this waterfall he suggested we go to. We get to the waterfall and he pulls an envelope out of his jacket with a tiny bow on it and says it's a present for me. I open it and it's a receipt from a jewelry store. I was confused, but I see he had the date of purchase highlighted and circled with a heart. It was early August, before the talks we had where he said he never wanted to get married. I turn and there he is with a ring. I said yes. He said he knew I would never believe that he had the ring before all this without the receipt. That his attitude and comments when I started asking about marriage was to fool me so I didn't get suspicious, because this was the plan all along. He wanted an autumn proposal in a beautiful location since it's my favorite season. Money he has been saving after moving in with me, since I charge him a much smaller amount than he was previously paying, went to the ring. He saved money for over a year because he knew when he moved in with me that he was going to eventually ask me to marry him. So honestly, this is the best case scenario. We talked after too. When we get married, we will add each other as beneficiaries on our insurance policies. And we decided there's no need to put him on my title even after we get married. I really appreciate everyone's comments on that last post. I read all of them and most people were genuinely concerned and offered wonderful advice and support. Web link. We learned from Chandler that this is not how one covers an intent to propose. Anyway, congrats on actually communicating. I knew you were likely to take a wife. Lul oh Joey. It was Monica who said this. I know. But she was referencing Joey's comments about how Chandler was an odd fellow, and unlikely to take a wife. Complex. True, good catch. My fiancé did this to me too. I always say he Chandler ed me. But straight up, I would not recommend this route to keep the secret. I was seriously considering ending things because of how important marriage is to me and how he did such a hard 180 against it in the months leading up to the proposal. My husband of almost 20 years did this crap too. We were talking about our future and marriage all the time, and then all of a sudden it stopped. Now marriage was stupid and never works. I always say he pulled a Chandler. I was actually about to type this as a possibility on the original post, but I thought I would check the update first. What a great way to fool your significant other into thinking you are having doubts about your future together, smiley face. Same. My husband proposed after I asked if I needed to move out. I was taking the nonsense that seriously. Turns out he was going to propose when he got back from deployment, but I kind of wound up accidentally calling the bluff and we got engaged over the phone. It's hilarious a decade and a half later. Richard, well, if it helps, it worked very well. Yeah. The problem with that plan is it works too well XD. You made my girlfriend think. I even got a ring. Do you have a ring? No, I don't have a ring. Bro, I love that line, you big tree. Like literally, this is the one lesson I remember learning from that show. Another important one was to pivot. And that we were on a break can mean very different things to different people. They weren't on a break. They were on a break. Damn it, Netflix, why you have no friends anymore? They were 100% on a freaking break. Shut up, shut up, shut up. His cry of my sandwich still haunts my dreams. The other lesson is say the right name. And Joey doesn't share food. Could he be any dumber? Seriously, guys. If your plan has actually been a plot on a sitcom, Don't do it. I still cry at the proposal scene. There's a reason why girls don't do this. I was shocked to see how it turned out to be a Chandler. I'm so glad someone pointed this out. Smiley face, congratulations, op. My now fiancé pulled the Chandler method on me too. Led to a lot of fights. Worked out in the end, and now we both think it's hilarious. Yeah, I was thinking this was a hard skit on effing thin ice. My thoughts too. I thought about Chandler too, smiley face. Oh man, what a bumbling way to hide a proposal. This will make a great story down the line though, and I bet you two will laugh about it quite a bit. Glad it worked out. This was the plot of a Friends episode. Original post: is your fiancé named Chandler? Chandler is a complex fellow, one who is unlikely to take a wife. You got that from what I said? Chandler loves marriage. No, Ross loves marriage. Nah. Ross loves divorce. He loves it so much that he'll divorce it someday. I'm so drunk. OMG, her delivery of the "I'm so drunk" with the hard blink. Hello fellow drunk person. It isn't even 7 p.m. here. God, I'm so old. And something about pig sex? Pigs don't mate for life. I mean, a pig can have like 100 sexual partners in a lifetime, and that's just an ordinary pig, not even a pig that's good at sports. Unless she is a shark. I had the same thought. Luckily she doesn't have a Richard to run to laughing out loud. Effing Richard. That big tree. Actually, it's Miss Chandler Bong. Nah. He's just a complex fellow unlikely to take a wife. Uh-oh. A wee bit different, and his side of the story would have been a tifu here on Reddit. So many dudes do this, and I want a blanket statement: stop this. There's other ways to throw us off the scent. Hint: you want to wait until the next promotion or a season opposite of when you're planning on doing it, etc. But by doing the whole "I don't want to marry you sir, I'm unsure about marriage" tends to really F up our psyche, so you get to surprise us. Stop doing it and stop giving advice to do it, society. Thanks. Yep, this and pretending to forget birthdays and anniversaries. I don't get why you want the other person to feel crap for the entire run-up just to be like, surprise, I actually do care after all. Yay me. Exactly, it's so rude. Like you want to make me feel worse so your surprise has maximum impact. That's why if people do surprise parties, a week or so in advance would be perfect. They won't be anticipating it and boom. Surprise MF. It's basically, surprise, I'm not the douche I acted like for the past _days. Imagine if a wife had gone, surprise, I didn't actually cheat on you, after making you believe and feeling crappy about it. So much this. I would be so annoyed if it happened to me, that it would taint the proposal. Playing with someone's feelings isn't the right way to create a surprise. I mentioned it elsewhere, but my old boss had this happen for her proposal, and it caused a lot of effing tension for them. Actually, my ex sort of did the same thing, and yeah. Tainted. But it was tainted for a lot of reasons, like he did it in a super public place, at the one place in the entire world I said I never wanted it to be at. Because he wanted to, and I got suspicious and asked if I should wear something cute, and he swore up and down no, and then had me wear an ugly ass outfit, and bam. It happened on live stream and I looked like effing ass. I'm sorry that it happened that way. I hope someone is able to respect you more so and actually listen to you. It is a multi-person event after all. If both people are not enjoying themselves, it kind of sucks the joy out of it, in my opinion. Thanks. Yeah, literally it's the bare minimum of respect thing. I had been publicly humiliated at the location with something similar, and I've never really been into big displays of affection like that. My ideal proposal would be a quiet thing between the two of us or a small group of friends, and sit/bask in the glow for a few days before posting to SM. He was definitely more about attention, fueled by his family. They're all massively into social media, so I knew I'd be making a compromise because it was about both of us. So I said, however it happens, it'll be perfect, so don't stress. But please, my one request is not at massively popular tourist destination. He agreed. Cut 2. And it was in front of 300 random strangers, was live streamed, my parents found out from said live stream and he called my best friend from the bathroom 5 minutes before it happened, didn't consult her on the ring, on how, anything, just as friends and family. I wanted to say no so bad but was young and dumb and spineless and said yes. I actually wanted to dump him the night before because he was so awful to me. If it ever happens again, I'm going to be with someone who respects me as a person, so I won't even have to worry about if they'll care about my wishes. Of course they will. Oh wow. I could never imagine doing that to someone. I took my fiancée to the place I first saw her, in our car. I had asked, more of a formality thing, her parents beforehand so they knew, and it was her birthday weekend, so they had a reason to visit anyways. But I knew she wasn't into the big displays and was much more interested in a more intimate thing. Funny story, the night before was Valentine's Day, her birthday is the 16th, so I proposed the one day she wouldn't have expected at all, the 15th. I had gone to my parents to pick up the placeholder ring, and also had to pick up the car we had just bought. Then on top of that I had to grab Valentine dinner. I was running a bit late and she got stuck on transit on a rather cold evening. Then I hit rush hour traffic, because why wouldn't I? She was super pissed that I was so late and that it was silly cold outside. I couldn't tell her it was because I had stopped to pick up an engagement ring for her, so I had to apologize profusely, all the while not giving up the gig. She was upset all that evening, and given her lack of background knowledge on the subject, justifiably so. The next day after I popped the question, I explained that my mom had some trouble finding the ring and that was why I was late. She apologized for being upset at me, and that was that? Those are the types of stories I want to share with our future family. Not he took me to a place I couldn't stand to be in, and live streamed it to my parents. You will find someone who hears and sees you for the awesome person you are, and will make sure that moment is as special for you as it is for them. I did this accidentally. I had a friend who was against us getting married, which led to me cutting ties with that person. We had talked about marriage and spending our lives together, but because the question didn't follow shortly after that, she thought I had written off marriage. Then I popped the question, with a family heirloom and hoping she would pick out her own because she is going to wear it the rest of her life and all. She said yes, but was very surprised and taken aback by the whole thing, asked me if I was serious. So I didn't mean to make her feel like it was never going to happen, but circumstances led to that. My husband took me on a trip when we were dating. Everyone told me I was going to come back engaged. Nope, we've already talked about it. He just had a bunch of major expenses including new tires, so he can't afford a ring right now, I said with absolute conviction. Guess who came back engaged? Info: is your name Monica? Do you have a fiancé called Chandler? She didn't mention going to Richard's, though. Scotch on the rocks with a twist? On a coaster? Monica? Monica? I know she's here. Monica? Monica? This was my first thought. Also glad this worked out, but I don't think it's a good idea to throw off your fiancé by claiming you never want to get married. It's funny on Friends, not so much in real life. Exactly what I was thinking. Off the top comment at the moment, I wish you a long and happy marriage. But prenup. 42K of your own investment is not something I would walk away from. Congratulations. But I really wish he had realized that you can surprise someone with an engagement without forcing them to go through the emotional toll of thinking their partner is anti-marriage. He could have told you he was open to marriage but wasn't ready yet, and still surprised you. He really created a lot of unnecessary drama and angst with his approach. My husband and I had talked about marriage well in advance of his proposal, and he told me he was waiting until after he finished grad school, which was going to be in July. He proposed that year in April and I was completely surprised. Lying about ever wanting to get married seems insane. Yup, one of my friends did this and the girl ended up dumping him. Cue surprised Pikachu face. I verbally kicked his ass about it after. Luckily he is now properly engaged to a different girl because he didn't lie/hide at this time lol. Wow. Did he ever try to make up with the first girl or was she done after that? He did, but he changed his mind, as he is a fairly ambitious/passionate individual with regards to his hobbies/work, and we ended up finding out that she was just a vapid individual who just wanted a ring on her finger for no other reason than being a missus. She was scarily good at hiding it. She was like a different person after. I guess it worked out for him in the end, laughing out loud. Damn, talk about a dodged bullet. Holy hell. Good luck to your friend and his proper engagement. Yeah, I almost broke up with my boyfriend for the same crap. How you must be my wife. That's actually the story I used with her. Let's wait until after I finish my PhD. Well, the day after I defended for my master's thesis, kinda halfway point, I surprised her. Congrats on your MA. Edit, or PhD, I have no idea how long ago this was, haha. I got both. Haha, finished the PhD December of last year, which feels like yesterday. Got a job right before COVID, amen. Damn, double congrats then. That's awesome. Ooh, that was sneaky, I love it. So very sneaky. He posted on Facebook that he was about to propose while I was on my phone playing Pokemon Go, walking to the pier where he had planned to propose. I got the notification he had posted something, but I just ignored it because he was right next to me, so I figured it wasn't anything important. Haha. My fiancé pulled this ridiculous, if we trade our first ever Pokemon, it'll be guaranteed lucky. And I'm like, nah, it's if you trade anything caught between July and August 2016. Don't waste your first Pokemon. But he kept insisting he wanted to trade me his first ever Pokemon. And I was just annoyed because I thought he was being stupid. Like, keep your first Pokemon, right? Anyway, so I finally agreed to the trade to shut him up, and I was so annoyed about the stupidity of it all that I just kept walking and didn't even look at it. I turned around once I realized he wasn't walking with me, and there he was with a ring. He'd named it "Will You Marry Me?" That's so sweet. At the time my husband proposed, trades were not yet a thing, and also his phone didn't support the app, so we couldn't really play together, just take turns playing on my phone. So wholesome. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.